Welcome back. The patriarch of a white trash family of moonshiners living up in the hills to the north of Vegas. Seems like they've decided that whole region is their private property and anyone who wanders by is a trespasser to be shot. Now, I have no qualms with shooting trespassers, but these fuckers are just using that as pretext. They're nothing more than highwaymen. So, seems only fair to put them in the dirt.
pieces.
You like the sight of your own blood?
Pieces.
Retribution. Had enough? fighting?
Welcome back. Okay. Yeah. Good work, and hopefully none of Bubba's many, many relatives will come to exact bloody vengeance on you and or your loved ones. Welcome back. Nope. That was my question when I got this contract, too. And he's just some lower-end chem pusher. Apparently, his product is so terrible that it keeps killing his customers. Bad business model, as exemplified by the fact that you're going to find him and convince him to stop breathing.
Huh. You're significantly cleaner than the people who usually hang out down here. Well, I don't discriminate. Want to buy some chems? I got the best prices in the Mojave. That being said, I only take caps. Price is negotiable, but I don't give away my shit in exchange for favors. I can fly. Yeah, well, I don't think I should be held responsible for other people overindulging. I always say the same thing, man. Enjoy in moderation. Not everyone buying cheap chems from a dude under a bridge are paragons of restraint and common sense. That's on them, my man. Oh yeah? Hey guys, we got some NCR fucker in here.
Hey! Welcome back. Did he turn into a giant radioactive mallard and try to beat you to death with his shitty blunt beak? Oh well, here's your payout. Welcome back. Yeah, you got yourself a murderer and a rapist here. Way too many of his kind around here, so let's cull the herd some. Him and his douchebag friends are hanging around Boulder City.
Prim's got some new sheriff watching over the town now.
Never gets old when something blows up.
Someone took out the Legion's boss.
What are you supposed to be? The tax man? Get out of my face. You know, that does sound vaguely familiar. Yeah, we were pretty drunk, and we have been known to douse assholes in gasoline and light them up. Want a demonstration? That's adorable. Now why don't you turn around and walk back the way you came, before I lose my good mood. Well, let's see. Oh, wait. Turns out that isn't any of your business.
Comes after me. Won't it?
Well, hello. I'm glad you got a chance to see me off. Minuet is sleeping in the auto crib. She's so beautiful. Thank you again for, everything. I'd like to compensate you for all your trouble. I travel light, so I don't have any, sentimental trinkets. I hope you aren't offended by money. I wouldn't let any of my competitors learn about that soft streak if I were you. But thanks for everything. My family makes, significant campaign contributions. My travel exemption was approved at a very high level. They'll let me through. No, my travel papers cover any temporary employees in my party. Traffic is so backed up, I'll have my pick of caravans and bodyguards. I can hire the best muscle money can buy, and after the kickbacks, I'll still probably break even. Maybe even turn a profit. He was here earlier. Try to keep him out of trouble, okay? If I have time for entertainment the next time I'm in town, well, he's one of my favorites. Now goodbye, au revoir. The next time I have a valid, tax-deductible reason to visit New Vegas, I'll see you again. And if you're ever in the hub, look me up. A competent freelancer with no local attachments could find the situation quite lucrative. Well, I'd better get going. A long journey starts with one step, as they say. Au revoir.
The interference is completely... After I talk to them and give my daughter a progress report, I'll be heading deeper into California to find Lost Hills. They print their own money there, so I won't be needing these anymore. Thanks again. Sorry, I don't. But now that the comm system is working, you can talk to some people who do. I was scouting. I wanted to take the tunnel all the way to the hub, but it's blocked. Fortunately, the worst part of the desert is north of here. Junktown's due west, and I shouldn't have much trouble getting to Lost Hills from there. Larry made me a map of all the Lollipops facilities he could remember. He used pre-war names, though, so there's some translation required. The Citadel's maps of the West Coast are only 25 years out of date, but they only show places they controlled or considered a significant threat. It's been a challenge, but I've managed so far. He's a ghoul. Voltel, the trial, the Great War, his escape, it's all tied together somehow, but I don't know the details. What I do know is he treated Mom well, he donates his profits to medical research, and he financed my mission when the Brotherhood couldn't. So, as zombie pimps go, he's a pretty good guy. Dancers, prostitutes, porno magazines, about what you'd expect. Yeah, like I said, you should talk to Larry if you want to know more. He's the real expert. Okay. The handler? I guess, sure. We traveled 1,500 miles together, and I never did really understand her. If by close you mean did I sleep with her, no. I'm married, and even if I weren't, she's not really my type. Really? No, but that would explain a lot. It was time. We met in East St. Louis. We were both trying to steal the same boat to avoid the same people. We got away with it, and she decided to stay with me. I think she was more interested in my connection to lollipops than the extra gun. The farther west we got, the more obsessed she became with Fresca Koi. When we reached Blue Diamond, she found what she was looking for. That was it. I don't suppose they'd have told you that if you couldn't be trusted. Yes, that's right. The Brotherhood back home is divided. There are open hostilities. They wouldn't even join forces to fight the Enclave, if that tells you anything. My daughter's a scribe in one of the factions. Her superiors can't resolve the situation. I intend to get new orders from Central Command. I found a number of outposts between DC and here, but none of them have any contact with the command at Lost Hills. That would make sense. I'll just need to make contact in person then. I've been there. They weren't very helpful, but I appreciate the offer. Thanks. I'm not sure why, but thanks. I occasionally met groups kind enough to provide transportation through their territory, but I did go through a few pairs of boots. Thanks, but as soon as I make contact, I'm heading home. I've been away far too long already. Thanks. I'll try to stop by if my return trip brings me this way.
This is Larry Slater. With whom am I speaking? I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Dan spoke very highly of you. An interesting dilemma. There's very little about my professional life that couldn't have been learned from public sources by an imposter. Perhaps you could ask something about my home, a detail which could only be known by someone who had been there. A full-length mirror, but anyone familiar with my reputation could have guessed that. A framed copy of the very first issue of Lollipop's magazine. The studio and screening room were common knowledge. Kitchen, dining room, lounge. I entertained guests frequently. I was quite proud of the above-ground wine cellar. Climate-controlled, very expensive. There were two. The one for gentlemen was barely more than a closet. The ladies' dressing room was better appointed, but nothing unusual. Dressing tables, a wardromatic. The wardromatic did have custom patterns for a few fetishistic costumes, if you consider that noteworthy. Excellent. Then perhaps I could interest you in a franchise opportunity. Your talent for flattery bodes well for your business prospects. Are the presses still operational? Excellent. I believe readers in our respective cities would pay handsomely for a glimpse of beauty from the opposite coast. My consul says the hard line between Blue Diamond and the ranch is intact. We could exchange content through the satellite link. What do you say? I believe so. Call me from there and we'll check. I do look forward to seeing the ravishing residents of the Mojave. My console says this call is coming from Lollipop's Blue Diamond. Excellent. The bandwidth isn't what I remember, but it's operational. On a completely unrelated topic, I mentioned our communication breakthrough to a colleague of mine, and he had a request we hope he can help with. He believes there was a pre-war biotech laboratory in your vicinity. If it survived the war, it may hold research data he would find useful. If you agree to send us any pertinent information you might find, I'll transmit the coordinates and an access code for a little used back entrance. As far as what's in it for you, you get to keep anything of value salvaged during the investigation, obviously. Much of the equipment in my own laboratory was acquired surreptitiously from Vault-Tec. Not all of the file systems were factory reset. Many of Vault-Tec's projects involved research into military applications of biotechnology, but they weren't the only company so tasked. The files on competitors' facilities suggest they engaged in corporate espionage, although my opinion of their integrity is admittedly biased. Excellent. The coordinates and access code should be coming across now. Good luck.
What can I do for you?
Welcome back. Now watch, as nobody in the universe mourns. Here's your money. Welcome back. You know, my top 3 list of least favorite things, it's the radio, it's people talking when I'm trying to talk, and fucking clowns. It's that third thing we're going to be taking care of today. Now, there are accusations of murder and cannibalism, total horror show and such. But as far as I'm concerned, you put that clown makeup on, that's reason enough to hunt you down. So, go to North Vegas and ice this clown fuck. Welcome back.
Howdy. Well, I want... If you pay...
That Mr. House who lorded over the strip is dead. Good riddance, I say.
Can I help you with something, stranger? We've been here. If you...
We see eye to eye, we speak warrior to warrior. And I thought myself too old to find an equal. Listen, warrior, there are two kinds of folks. You load your gun like an ordinary man, or you load it like a devil. We ain't ordinary, are we? See, I pack good brass up with slow-burning powder, then cap it with a heavy semi-wide cutter bullet. That's how you make 44 ammo that'll put the fear of the heavens on any waster that dare cross your path.
Running away.
No hostiles detected. Continuing per... Engaging hostile target. Warning.
Welcome to Cytogenesis. I apologize if the security system caused any inconvenience, but we take patients by appointment only. It's a private clinic. The kind protected by doctor-patient confidentiality. I'm afraid not. I've unlocked the front door directly behind you. I believe I made it clear. Persistence is an admirable, if sometimes irritating, quality. However, as I explained, this is a clinic. I suggest you try a library. I see. You don't seem to be in immediate need of my services, but your forethought is commendable. Do you have any questions about the procedure before we discuss prices? The only possible treatment for a body irreparably damaged by injury, disease, or age. Replacement. Nothing so crude. Who wants to wait 20 years for a clone to mature? Growing adult tissue from undifferentiated cells is quicker, but still too slow if you're on life support with mere days or hours to live. My first breakthrough solved that problem and earned me this lab. Yes and no, respectively. I didn't find this facility, I oversaw its construction. Closer to 300, actually. I'm not just the founder of Cytogenesis, I'm also a client. The protoplasmic template. Differentiated cells, but undifferentiated characteristics, individualized on demand using the subject's DNA. In a pinch, I can even fabricate a synthetic DNA sequence from a 3D image of the subject. Every hospital in America had a gene projector that could extrapolate an infant's adult appearance from a DNA sample. I simply do the reverse. I don't have to. Base pairs vary by less than 0.1% between individuals. 99.9% of the job is cut and paste. Oh, doctor, there's been a terrible mistake. My new body is stronger and faster than the original ever was. It has better eyesight and reflexes, and I've lost my hereditary predisposition to hair loss, heart disease, and cancer. No one ever sued me for that. Protoplasmic templates can be formed in a matter of days from the cellular reservoir, and for emergencies we stock a few in cryogenic storage. Once a template is formed, or thawed, genetic infusion takes less than an hour. I can't take credit for that. The old government was terrified of Chinese bioweapons. They sponsored a venture to develop broad-spectrum immunity. The vaccine didn't pan out, but the viral delivery system was so elegant they repurposed it for projects with other suppliers. Oh, it was. But my colleagues in the defense industry had tunnel vision, bio-war, and super soldiers. I promised nothing less than immortality. And as you might imagine, that will get you a security clearance lickety-split. West-Tech invented the chisel. Vault-Tech hewed stone for the king's castle. I am Michelangelo. I was speaking metaphorically, but I can see you are not. Well, tell him I find victory to be a source of eternal inspiration. We couldn't replace the one organ that makes you uniquely you. It rendered the procedure unviable for conditions affecting the brain. Not to mention the challenges we faced with public perception of the treatment. You say tomato, I say solanum like a persicum. Nothing. And we did some very touching work with burn victims and paraplegics as well. Fantastic publicity, but it wasn't a sustainable business model. The real money was in nip and tuck. Cosmetic surgery, but as soon as they realized the ultimate facelift involved brain surgery, they were out the door. I invented neurorelocation, a technique to impress the subject's memories on the pseudoclone electronically. Non-invasive mind transfer. To anyone with sense, yes, but tell that to Joe Q. Public and his eichmophobia. Of course it works. I'm living proof. Even first gen had enough nines to satisfy the FDA, and I've had ample time to improve the process. With the current model, you actually lose less engrams than you would due to cerebral hypoxia during a transplant. Because they were vaporized or locked in vaults or otherwise inconvenienced by the nuclear war? Plus, I ordered a lockdown and total seal when it started. Some of the early intruders dispatched by the security system may have been patients. Unfortunate, but I couldn't risk looters murdering Nobel Prize laureates for some morphine. I wasn't happy about it, but it had to be done. I'm not completely out of touch. I listen to the radio. If not for my vigilance, what happened to Vault 3 or Vault 21 could easily have happened here. I'm sorry, that brought back some unpleasant memories. Do you have any other questions? Possibly. I take it that's not a hypothetical question. I'll unlock the door. Meet me in the lab so you can see if the interface is compatible.
You are persistent. The first century was wonderful. No distractions, pure productivity. But after that, every subsequent decade. Strontium-90 is down to 0.03 by now. Cesium-137 must be under 0.05. We should see if anybody's left. You have no idea how tedious they became. It's not that easy when even your slowest team member's in the rightmost quarter of the bell curve. Yes, but when you can grow a new body, an accident would have to be implausibly dramatic to be fatal. I had my moments. Ilsa left without authorization? If my policies drove her to that, I promise I'll reconsider. Oh, She never came back? It must not be safe outside. What a tragedy.
That one kept them quiet for a while. Yes and no, respectively. A bit of misdirection with the safety badges, a seemingly fatal gamma dose. Everyone into the transfer chambers! Customer's order well done. Kitchen delivers rare. They're much more pleasant without extraneous features like vocal cords and personalities. Not as helpful with the research, of course, but some sacrifices were necessary. I appreciate your pragmatism. Unfortunately, the same logic applies to you. I'll try to make this quick.